let's get into Cleveland, man, and Nick Chubb's injury.
Get well soon, brother.
Now, so here's the thing that bothers me, man. This is why the running backs, and I was just listening to OJ Simpson talk about this on Cameron's podcast, man. Y'all gotta check it. Y'all gotta check out Cameron podcast. They got OJ Simpson, man. OJ Simpson. He's a analyst I didn't know I needed to hear. Like I wish OJ Simpson was on ESPN, man. Do this.
He won't be, but
bro, he won't be. He's so unintentionally funny, just by him talking, and like it's so many words that's out of the that shouldn't be said nowhere around OJ. Cause it's almost like so I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm listening to Cameron call Mace murder and I'm listening to Mace call Cameron killer. And I'm like,
with OJ on the podcast.
Yeah. So I'm watching it, and he was like, "Yeah, killer." And when he said, "I listen," I'm sitting here looking at OJ like, "Oh, like every other word is like you're not supposed to say that around OJ." So the conversation is just lit just in itself, man. But anyway, he was just talking about how the running backs are just getting the short end of the stick, man, and this is a problem. When they can't get those huge contracts, or if they do get one good contract, they can't get a second one. Yeah. And then they end up having injuries like this. And it pisses me off because somebody, a top 3 to 5 running back like Nick Chubb, career is probably never going to be the same again, kind of like Ty Gurley. And at least Ty Gurley was able to get that money before he got hurt. But I don't think Nick Chubb will. I don't think Saquon will either. And I think that's an issue, man. But what's y'all thoughts on it?
Oh man, 100% correct. This is the same knee that he blew up in Tennessee when he was back at the University of Georgia. Of course, he was much younger then, and he was able to come back and be one of the best running backs in the league. After time, though, we all know Father Time is undefeated. And when you suffer this type of injury where you got to get multiple surgeries, if anybody can do it, I believe Nick Chubb can, but I don't know what he'll be once he comes back. And that's exactly what these running backs have been fighting for. They put their body on the line. Their position is designed to get tackled. You know what I mean? Over and over and over. This is a collision sport. So if you're not giving these dudes who are the best at what they do in the league their value, something like this happens and they leave, they, like Mel said, pause the short end of the stick. And when that happens, this is like, see, this is what we've been trying to tell y'all this whole time. Give us our worth, because now you got a top 5 running back, arguably top 3, who may not ever see the field again. And he didn't get his just due. He was the best thing that happened in Cleveland for a very long time. And he almost gets nothing for it. And I just think that's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't think that's good for the sport, man, because you got to look at it one way. I think when they look at it financially, as an investment, why would I invest in a running back that I can replace easily? Right. And they looking at it that way. And then they're also looking at the fact that, a running back shelf life is shorter than everybody else. But the reason why their shelf life is short is because the nature of what they have to do at that position. They have to do more work. Right. And you're supposed to take care of them because they actually holding the whole sport down. Like, what is so funny? What am I saying, man? What am I saying?
No. You ain't say nothing, man. It's me.
Oh, they're holding the whole sport. You waiting for me to say something, but they're holding the whole sport down, and the sport don't continue to go on without the running back doing what they do. Every play, they either blocking, running a route, or running the football. They're doing more work. They're doing receiver work. You look at Austin Ekeler, he had more catches than most receivers last year. He had over 100 catches last year. Yeah. So he can get paid. Just like he could go to the negotiating table and I'll be like, I'm one of your top 2 or top 3 receivers. Negotiate with me like a receiver. And then on top of that, he's also your running back. Ain't no way in the world, bro. Person you're not supposed to take care of.
Who was that? Jimmy Graham? That they was like, nah, we're not repaying you receiver money. You're a tight end.
It was Jimmy Graham. Yep.
They're not gonna do it, bro, because it don't make business sense.
It you can say that on the surface, but when you get down below the surface, it actually does, because without the with the running backs could really just boycott period and just be like, look, man, we ain't doing none of that. You call a play and I'm running a route, I'm gonna say no. I get paid to run the football.
Slaves ain't gonna jump the ship. Running backs ain't gonna boycott.
You never know. You never know. If things like this keep happening, you never know.
I don't necessarily agree with the fact that running backs are a dime a dozen, though, because anybody can be a running back, but not everybody can be a Nick Chubb or a Saquon Barkley or a Josh Jacobs. Like, these are special talents, and they are cornerstones of their team. Mm-hmm. The Giants aren't nowhere near as competitive without Saquon Barkley, or the Browns aren't in as many games as they're in without Nick Chubb putting up 100 yards a game, damn near every game. You know what I'm saying? Austin Ekeler doing what he does out of the backfield for the Chargers, game in, game out. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could be a running back. We see all the there's plenty of running backs, but Justice Hill and Gus Edwards can't do that in Baltimore.
Miles Sanders can't do it in Carolina.
Kenneth Gainwell can't do it in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the running back is in Denver can't do it. I don't even know who the running back in Denver is. Kansas City ain't got no running backs for real. So,
oh my God!
Kansas City don't have no running back.
We got running back by committee.
So
y'all actually don't. Y'all ain't got no committee.
Y'all got running backs by committee.
They got running back by depth chart. They on the depth chart, but
y'all got
that don't mean nothing.
Y'all got running backs by community service.
Y'all got running back by default.
Hey, we got Pacheco.
you gotta have them when you're 53-man roster.
Yeah. You gotta have somebody designated as a running back. So,
but honestly, bro, they not gonna pay no running backs, bro, because a running back's lifespan is probably 3 years at most.
Yeah, but why? But why is it though? Why is their lifespan so short? Because of the work they do.
If you play running back, that means you probably been a running back since youth league. All that running and banging
Absolutely.
on your leg, college. Come on, man. By the time you get to the league, you might only got 2 or 3 years.
It ain't because of what you do before you get to the league. It's what you do when you get to the league. That's when you taking your most of your wear and tear.
The usage and the damage is nowhere near as high in all the other levels as it is in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I agree, but you still taking some shots all the way up to the NFL.
That's the whole, but that's more the reason for them to go to the negotiating table and say we deserve more money. They should not be getting paid just above the kicker and in the tight. Like, look at what TJ Hawkinson just got.
Passing league now. It's a passing league now. That's not what they're not looking for that no more.
Running backs are catching passes too.
That's what I was just about to say. Running backs are now like Ekeler, or now like Bijan, who was catching the ball a lot this past couple of weeks. That's the new prototype. Like, look, I'm doing more than just running the ball. So pay me like I'm doing more than just running the ball.
A two-way running back.
I mean, they are double using them, but they trying to pay them like they at the littlest possible they can pay them.
Fact.
They don't want to.
But that's not. But here's the thing. We say a running back has a 3-year shelf life or whatever, and that's not actually true. Running back is the only position where they don't even wait for you to decline. They just be like, "Oh, you turned 30. We need another running back." Like you don't, you know what I'm saying? There's running backs who never got to fall off. Like, they just had enough birthdays and then they was phased out the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true, man. But they do be wearing down too, though. I mean, they in the collision every single play. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got a star quarterback, your running back got to block just as good as your tight end, because if you pick up a blitz and linebacker and you let that linebacker get to Pat Mahomes, you won't be on the field that much as a running back. They go pull you off on passing downs, and they go put a bigger one in that can pass block. So you have to block.
That's why Clyde ain't on the field.
Yeah, so you got to block just as good as a tight end.
Right. That's exactly right.
You got to run routes just as good as a receiver, and then you got to do your job too. Ain't no way they supposed to be getting paid less than the tight end and barely more than the kicker.
Raymond just got $4 million for a 1-year deal, and that was the best they said they could do for him. And I'm sure he was happy to take the $4 million.
Who was that?
Kareem Hunt. But
Kareem Hunt.
that was a desperation hire.
If you are a running back in the NFL and you don't want to take hits every play, you don't want the ball in your hand, you don't want your offensive coordinator all up trying to get your plays and get beat up, man. Come to Kansas City. We promise we will not run the ball.
Yeah.
We promise
we're gonna throw it.
You will be clean at the end of the game.
Yeah. I think they can slightly change things as far as pay for the entire running back position, but I think it needs to be an additional thing done for the elite running backs like CMC, Austin Ekeler, Saquon Barkley, and Nick Chubb. If you up in that range,
they ain't gonna do that.
What I'm just saying as a suggestion, they should, and this they should be considering that. They might not do it, I get it, but the reason why they won't do it is not because it doesn't need to be done. It's because they can get away with not doing it.
That's
listen, the whole thing with the running back, they did it in front of your face and you missed it. They took away the whole fullback position. There's maybe 4 teams in the league with a fullback on the roster. They took it away and nobody even noticed. So they was like, yeah, man, we can get rid of these running backs too.
Yeah. The fullback is gone.
It's literally only 2 running backs, and they get the Pro Bowl nod every time. It's uncontested. It's Kyle Juszczyk in San Francisco, and what is it, Ricard or Picard in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Them the only
lineman. He look like a lineman. But Cleveland, they got Hunt now, and I guess it'll be a seamless. Depending on what his conditioning is like, but it should be seamless because he just was there last year. But that should help. He might even be the starter. Who knows?
Jerome Ford don't look too bad though.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.